Hello, hello, it's me. Ooh, oh, it's late. Hey, CM, how you doing, CM? What's going on? Danny Castillo, Big Mitch. Look at CM back in first place. You know what I'm saying? Gots to be in the first place. It's the place to be. It's the best place to be. Yes, honey, we're gonna do something a little bit different tonight. You know what I'm saying? A little bit different. Okay, we're gonna just, casually watch some bond hearings. You know what I'm saying? In Judge Alex Manning's courtroom. We're just gonna see what's going on with these here people. I noticed I picked this one on purpose because you notice one of these guys looks kind of familiar, don't he? It ain't him, but it looked like him though, don't it? Don't that one guy up there look like somebody we know? Hmm. Definitely looks like somebody we know. But it ain't. It ain't him. But it definitely looked like him. Okay. Danny Castillo, Big Mitch. They call me Big Mitch. Larry Hoover. Whipping work. Ew, hallelujah. Harley, Elizabeth, Hawk's Nest, J Sue. How's everybody doing tonight? Coffee cake? Make sure y'all hit the like button for Mama, please. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Okay. Shonda, what's up, baby? Melanator, Marianne. How's everybody doing tonight? How is everybody's Saturday going? I guess I should just say Sunday because it's 11:22. We have a little fun from the late night tip. You know what I'm saying? Because why not? You know what I'm saying? Because it's Saturday. Let's just be up. Let's be awake. Okay. I'm gonna. Let's see. I got with my booze. I feel guilty if I stay away too long. I gets the feeling guilty. It's true. It's true. I do. I do. KN, what's up, baby? How you doing? Melanator. What's up, baby? Let's see. Um, click on this. Put a post up this link and we're gonna hop right on in. We ain't gonna lollygag tonight, any. We ain't gonna do it. All right. We're not. We're just not. All right. I'm sorry, Crazy KC. It's just natural. It's this light. I had to hide that one from you, Casey. I had to hide it. Hit the like button for Mama, please. Please and thank you. Oh, I gotta grab the link again. Dang it. We'll pin this link up in here. And then we're gonna be in like Flint, all right? All right, we got it there. Uh-oh, Krista Keith, a member for 8 months. Honey Pot. Thank you. Mama, appreciate you. Thank you for your loyalty, honey. Say, hey, Mama, I'm at a game night and got the alert and put my earpod in and I'm ready to tune in. Love you, Mama. Mama love you too, Krista. Mama love you, girl. You know Mama love you. You know this. Win them games for me, honey. Win them games. I insist. I demand it. All right, I pinned the link to the membership at the top of the chat. Please feel free to go on and hit that thing. Go on and hit that thing and become a member. It helps support the channel, keeps mama here and not there. Muy importante. Muy importante. Can't express it enough. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let me let's see. Right now I'm gonna have to freeze this thing in place. I already see it right now. Hold on. She froze up on me. Can you go where I need you to go? What is you doing? Oh my God. You know what? You just making me. This thing is just playing with me at this point. 8 months of tribe member, Shonda. Thank you, boo. Thank you for your loyalty. I just bought a load for a half a ticket. Da na 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 na. Da na na na. Don't that look like Darrell up there? The top in the middle. Tell me that don't look like Darrell. That look an awful lot like Darrell, right? That look an awful lot like Darrell. I mean, a hell of a lot like Darrell. All right, I'm gonna freeze this thing because I can see stuff is moving around right now that don't need to be. Close that up. Close that. Close all these extra things that don't need to be open. Close that. Okay. All right. Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready? Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. La 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 la. All right. Everybody hit the like button. What's my likes is looking like? Somebody tell me what my likes is like. We're going to pop on in here and see what's going on with these men. These grown-ass men that just refuse to do what they're supposed to be doing, honey. They said...
Tanashi.
There you go. Look at him. He act like Darrell too, don't he? Look at him. Up there playing victim. I can't believe I'm here. Oh, why is this happening to me? The sound's not on yet. Just wait. They're waiting for some people to come in, I guess. Thought we'd just get a look at these people. Look at him. Look at
Ms. Robinson, it's the 2 North booth too. I'm having trouble getting that one on. Have you tried?
Yeah, I'm on with IT. She's working behind the scenes to get it. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was going to say I got all the other ones except for that one.
Benjamin, I apologize if I can make a quick announcement. I'm waiting on some seating to open up. So since I'm the last one on the calendar, if we can take, I think I'm positions 5 and 8, and I'll just take them at the end. I should be available then.
Tell us about it.
Number 8
Hit
is
the
like
like
the
button.
3rd on the calendar.
Monica.
And number 5 is out on bond. Rosser is out on bond.
Judy.
Sorry, I apologize. Let me double check which ones they were.
That's okay. Rosser's out on bond. That's number 5. Frank Rosser, he's out on bond.
6, Tanashi Mahachi. Not 5. I apologize.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a little bit further down.
I swear he looked like Darrell. Do he not look like Darrell? I was like checking the data when this happened.
6, 8, and 21. So
to make sure
I can wait until the end.
So I'll just have to try to take 8, Zachary. Since it's in Cobb, they'd like for me to take them first. You're going to be able to at least do that one first.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. All right.
Look at this one at the bottom left. He look crazy. Look at him. What is that? What are you, sir? Sir, what are you? What are you made of? Okay. If this is Michigan, it sure could be a brother. He doesn't know. Oh, that's possible, isn't it? Yeah, because oh yeah, remember Darrell said he had a shit ton of like siblings, like because his dad had like a bunch of babies. Come on, y'all. What we got going on up in here? What's going on with my mouse? That one I got up and walked out. Get your ass back in there. He probably done ran to go get cigarettes.
Judge, also I ordered Miss Hanson is on as an interpreter for I think 2 cases. I just want to verify that we needed an interpreter for position number 21. And I think for position 20, I just want to verify that we do need an interpreter.
Good afternoon, Judge Manning.
Good afternoon. Let's see.
Where'd that other guy go? He better get his little honey back in there. He about to miss court. Get in here. Before we put a warrant out in the prison for your arrest.
Has one of them.
He already in the prison. The Brady Bunch.
I think Mr. Cashlin, he has position 21. So just wanted to verify that we do need an interpreter for those cases.
Lebinsky has one, and let's see. Don't know who has the other one. Let's see.
Your Honor, I'm covering.
Mr. Cashlin has the other one. Sorry, Ms. Sofarossi. Do you know if your client needs?
Ms. Lebinsky didn't leave any note for that, so I don't think he needs an interpreter. I don't see any note that says he needs one.
I know Mr. Salazar will need one.
Look at this guy.
Okay.
Yes.
He keep walking out. It'd be funny if somebody else came in instead. They could flash the camera to the trial thing. Can't be leaving the door wide open like that. What if somebody walk by and flash the camera? What he standing up for? And he done decided he want to leave too or something. What is he doing?
So it's Juan Galero.
Oh my God, y'all! I think that is Darrell's brother. Look what he's doing. Look what he's doing, y'all. He's over here in the top right now. He stood up just to lean his head down and look and see if he could stand and still look into the camera. Look at it. Look at it. Oh my God. I think this is Darrell's brother. I think it is. Oh my God. You can tell he's petite. You can tell he's petite. He's got the same stance. Oh my God. Oh my God. Too funny.
Yes, yeah, that's Miss Lebinsky's case.
You don't even know what he looks like, do you? See, he's in.
I can find his booking photo.
Juan Galero. Wave your hand if you're Juan Galero. Do you need an interpreter, Miss?
Señor Galero, ¿usted necesita la asistencia de un intérprete?
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Si necesita que le traduzcan, por favor, levante la mano, haga señas con el dedo gordo.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? I need a thumbs up or a thumb. Okay, no, thumbs down. Gotcha. Okay, so then we just have your one, Mr. Cashlin.
Look at him over there, the top right. That is Darrell, y'all. Am I tripping? That is fucking. Hold up. Let's see when this thing, because it says it's 3 months ago, but I wonder if this is old or something.
We also need one for the victim on case number 22CP.
Which-
20.
No, it's not Darrell because this was filmed. This was streamed on October 10th. So definitely not Darrell. October 10th, 2003. But oh my God, if that ain't fucking Darrell, that's gotta be his kinfolk. Look what he's doing. He's clearly coming off of something. He's clearly on something.
Can you just tell me the name of the defendant, please?
Yeah. Jesse Sanchez.
Okay. 19. Let's see.
Hit the like button for mama, please.
So I don't see any of the 6
Barb,
North booths.
Kintsugi, hey boo.
Ms. Robinson, have you invited them?
The DNA strong. Got
I just
Darrell's
thought I
brother.
just needed 6 South.
Well, it looks like if you look on the pull sheet, it looks like
All of
Gaines-
those are in ACDC though. You see?
Oh, okay, they're on ACDC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, because it's got the W. Okay, yeah, just the 6L. So
Look at this ish. All right, let's get into some stuff.
all right, it's number 1. 23 CP 219872, James Edward Moss Jr., 99 days without indictment. He got a $5,000 split bond, possession of tools for a crime, theft by shoplifting, criminal trespass. Free trial.
The defendant has 16 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was June 7th, 2023 with the Martyr Police Department for obstruction of an officer and criminal trespassing. There was no disposition for that arrest. The defendant does appear to be on probation in DeKalb County for misdemeanor theft by taking. The date on that disposition date was April the 5th, 2023, and the term is for 12 months. It does have 1 prior felony conviction. It's in 2018 out of Gwinnett County for felony theft by shoplifting. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Dobbs.
Judge, I just want to say I probably should have said this prior to pre-trial starting. Today, I was informed that we have actually negotiated a consent UJR for Mr. Moss, so there is no purpose for a bond hearing today. Thank you.
Have you emailed it to me?
I don't believe there is a order yet. I was just informed via a list that they planned to or that they had agreed to a UJR on the case. I suppose if there's no order yet, we could have the bond hearing anyways.
Okay,
Judge,
so,
that is correct. Good morning, but good afternoon and good evening, Judge Manning. And that is correct. Myself and one of his supervisors participated and agreed to that UJR in connection with position 1, Your Honor.
okay, whoever has the order, if y'all email it to me, you may get better turnaround from another judge that you
Well,
may send it to that may take a little bit of time.
Judge, I could probably promise that in the morning. I don't have access to it right now.
That's fine. If you have them, you want to email to me, let me know, and I'll keep an eye out in the morning. I can just sign them.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. You go ahead and leave the booth. I'll sign your bond order as soon as I get it. All right, I got Sterling Green.
Judge Manning, may I be excused?
Yes, sir. Have a good evening.
Thank you, and thank you, Mr. Jenkins.
Have a good day, sir.
All right, Mr. Green. Nod your head if you're Mr. Green.
That doesn't look like Mr. Green.
Judge,
I
they
want
may
to
be
know what that
switching him
guy's
out on
name
the
is,
booth for
y'all.
comp too.
Gotcha. All
Because
right.
Well, if that dude up in there in the top right, if his last name is Brooks, right? Because it's the dad who has all those kids everywhere. And Darrell's name is Brooks. So the chance that all of his kids might still have his last name. So if that dude at the top right's name is Brooks, I'm going to shit bricks. Because what are the chances that I just randomly pick one of these things? There's just a full-on just bond hearing of a bunch of these because it looked hilarious. And there's fucking Darrell's kinfolk in it.
Hey, how
One of
about,
the booths is powered off up in
all right, how
Cotton.
about Dramonte Zachary? Thank you, sir. All right, this is number 8. 141 days without indictment there. Oh, Mr. Cashland, it's got your name on it.
Yeah, I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay. It's got a $14,000 good bond as of May the 24th. 23 CP 218756, Dramonte Dion Zachary, 141 days, willful obstruction felony, willful obstruction felony, willful obstruction felony, windshield wiper violation, window violation, driving with suspended or revoked license, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Free.
The defendant has 12 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was January the 11th, 2023 in Fulton County for a failure to appear. The defendant does appear to be on probation in Douglas County, but theft by shoplifting, that disposition date was July the 15th, 2019, and the term is for 5 years. Also, the defendant appeared to have an outstanding hold out of Douglasville, Georgia for a probation violation. The date on that warrant was May the 19th, 2003. 2000.
He might have the peninsula. No, he might have the peninsula. Kensugi, the peninsula could still be there. It's when Darrell's hair was like when he still had his pretend dreads in, when he had his weave. You couldn't tell he had a full-on peninsula. You could tell he kind of had a fucked up hairline, but you couldn't tell that it was that was the situation, because the hair would be like here and like in his face and like down. It's the same thing for him. He probably do got the peninsula. You just can't see it because the hairs are laying down in front of his face, like pulling forward. His hairs are going forward. It's concealing it. But if he was to pull his hair straight back, peninsula, oh, that's got to be Darrell's brother.
2023. I'm sorry, Your Honor. The defendant does have a prior felony conviction that was in 2019 for felony theft by shoplifting. It does appear to have a history of failure to appear. 1 in 2023, 2 in 2019, and 1 in 2018. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Cashland.
So, Your Honor, as pretrial said, my client, and I apologize if I misheard anything, but it doesn't seem like he has any convictions of any violent crimes, let alone any felonies. I understand there's a few failure to appears. Ultimately, Your Honor, this stop stems from a quasi-Terry stop. Arguably, my client wasn't in the process of doing anything other than driving a suspicious car. That was the nature of the stop. But critically, Your Honor, my client's 27 years old, and he's a lifelong Georgia resident with a good address on file at 6920 Shenandoah Trail. In Austell, Georgia. Resides with his mom. He has a five-year-old daughter. Though she doesn't reside with him, he does see on a daily basis. Currently, he is unemployed, but typically is working in construction.
You know how Darrell would see his kids on a daily basis? According to him. Hit the like button for mama, please. We just having a little fun here. Just a little bonding time with my babies. You know what I'm saying? No guilt trips tonight. Just hanging out because we can.
And in the process, was in the process of trying to ascertain another gainful employment.
Give me that game.
At this point, I understand he has a $14,000 bond. However, as evidence of him still being in custody, he can't afford it. And again, with the nature of these crimes, or these allegations, and the fact.
Yeah, he's at the top right now.
That Mr. Zachary is not a threat to the community, nor is he a threat of legal course jurisdiction. We believe that a UJR would be preferred in this situation, or in the alternative, a reasonable bond.
All right, what says the state?
Yes, Judge. State would have no objection to a UJR to the hold. Maybe.
Yeah, that's why we're waiting to find out what this dude's name is. We're convinced that is one of Darrell's estranged brothers. You know, his dad had like 10 kids and wasn't around none of them. So I'm pretty sure, I feel confident that this is Darrell's brother. So we're going to wait and find out what his name is.
Let him deal with his matters in Douglasville. If they will be so kind to come get him.
What about
Not
the
then,
3 felony obstructions?
we were willing to, yes, we're willing to do that. However, in the court's discretion, if it doesn't believe that's appropriate, then we're requesting a reduction to $7,500 bond. It's
All
good bond.
right. All right, Mr. Dukes, if you make sure you put down their consent of Mr. Jenkins, I got UJR on each count to the hold in Douglas County.
Yes, Douglasville, so that would be Douglas County.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
UJR to the hold in Douglas County. In case they don't come and get him, Mr. Cashland, I'll put some amounts on there. So
Okay.
1,000 on each obstruction and then UJR on the remaining. So that'll be basically 3,000 and the UJR to the jail on the remaining, or UJR to the hold in Douglas. So for some reason Douglas County doesn't come get him, he could still bond out. Okay. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no driving unless the bond is modified. Stay out of Fulton County unless he's here for court or to see his lawyer. He's going to have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, medical, employment. As long as he supplies the name of his employer, proof of employment schedule, and the exact location he'll be working, he'll have 48 hours to have that ankle monitor placed on his ankle. Best of luck to you, sir. You could leave the booth.
Your Honor, this is with Court 2. Hey, can you please do position number 15? Because the transportation will be taking them back soon.
All right. Let's see. Noel Kendrick, is that it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Position 15, 23, CP 215095. Noel Lewis Kendrick. 283 days without indictment. There's a $20,000 good bond as of May the 23rd. Burglary in the 2nd degree.
The defendant has 17
She's so
cycles.
funny.
The defendant's last arrest was July the 4th, 2019 in DeKalb County for 2 counts of burglary in the 2nd degree. The defendant does appear to be on probation in DeKalb County for burglary in the 2nd degree. That disposition date was August the 29th, 2019, and the term is for 5 years. In addition to that, the defendant appeared to have an outstanding hold out of Decatur, Georgia for a probation violation. The date on that warrant is January the 19th, 2023. He does have prior felony convictions. It's one in 2012 out of DeKalb County for criminal attempt to commit a felony, and one in 1996 out of Louisiana for burglary. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
All right. 6 South, keep your seat. Go ahead. What says you, Mrs. Safarasi?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Kendrick is 59 years old. We have a good address for him here in Stone Mountain, Georgia, where he resides with his sister. They've had that address about 13 years now. We do have good contact information for his sister, Your Honor. We have verified his address. He's been in Georgia since 2010. He has his entire family is here, sisters, nephews, nieces. He does have 2 children. They are adults. He's a high school graduate with some college. He
Yes, it's
studied
Georgia.
music.
Yeah, this is in Georgia. I caught on to that a while back. Definitely in Georgia. Definitely in Georgia.
Performance. He plays drums, and he's also a jazz musician. And he's gone on tour with several musicians.
What? Going on tour?
He's been doing as a musician. He's been doing that for 40 years, Your Honor.
Jeez.
He's been in 283 days without an indictment. He had first appearance back in January of this year, where a bond was set of $20,000. We went to a prelim in February of this year, and we got charges reduced, but Judge Drake took away his bond. And then you heard his bond last in May of this year. And that's his current bond right now is $20,000. He cannot make this bond, Your Honor. I'm asking for a reduction to a bond not to exceed $5,000, considering the fact that he's been in custody for so long and there's been no movement on his case whatsoever. I think $5,000. I know he went out to DeKalb to handle his DeKalb case. He was loaned out. It seems like they brought him back for this, and I think they're bringing him back to DeKalb. So he's handling whatever the matter is in DeKalb. So that's why I would like a bond not to exceed $5,000 today.
All right. What says the state?
The state would not have an objection to reduction to $5,000.
All right.
Good bond.
All right. A $5,000 good bond. No drugs unless prescribed. No alcohol. No weapons. Stay away from 1723 Lakewood Avenue Southwest in Atlanta. Stay away from all Family Dollar stores. Stay out of Fulton County except for court and to see your lawyer.
What
You
do you
have
do with
48
Family
hours to have an
Dollar?
ankle monitor placed back on your ankle. Miss
What did this man do to Family Dollar that he can't go in there no more? Why they always be tripping at Family Dollar? What for? Why though?
Rossi, this will be one where as long as he's complying, we can get it off in a couple of months. So make sure after you get released from DeKalb, you get your ankle monitor put on with a 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, medical, employment, as long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment schedule, and the exact location you're going to be working. $5,000 good bond. Best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Sterling Green, nod your head if it's you, please, sir. Thank you, sir. Number 3, 23 CP 219069, 128 days without indictment, no bond as of June the 5th. Willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, felony, criminal trespass, battery in a public transit, vehicle or station, simple battery against a peace officer. Pre-trial.
The defendant has 51 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was January 30th, 2023 in Fulton County for criminal trespassing. There was no disposition for that arrest. The defendant does have prior felony convictions and a sentence. 2019 for 2 counts of theft by shoplifting, 1 in 2016 out of DeKalb County for theft by shoplifting. And the defendant received first offender treatment in 2012 out of DeKalb County for theft by taking. That case was sealed on July 6, 2006.
Well, you can tell who they're talking about in this one. He over here doing it, shaking his head. I ain't do none of that, Your Honor. And I know me doing this is definitely gonna make you, hit me with whatever you gotta hit me with right now, because I know y'all hate it when we deny shit. I ain't steal shit. You tell him, sir. You tell her.
17. The defendant does have misdemeanor convictions. He does have failure to appear. There's 1 in 2023, 2022, and 1 in 2019, and 1 in 2017. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
Is that for me?
Yes.
Judge, Mr. Green's 41 years old. He wasn't born here, but he's been here for 30 years. He is homeless, and I'd like to get him a place to stay. He doesn't have any bond now, though. He's entitled to one today. I'd ask for a $5,000 bond so I could maybe get him out and into a place to live, and perhaps some drug treatment, if that is in order. I think it might be.
Mr. Jenkins?
Your Honor, the state would not have an objection to the following recommendation. 10,000 on the willful obstruction reduction, 1,000 on the remaining misdemeanors for a total of, I believe, $14,000 bond, Your Honor.
All right. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. Stay away from all MARTA property, including bus stops. Stay away from 216 Peachtree Street. No further contact with Officer Rocco, R-O-C-O, unless it's in their official capacity. Must supply an address. So if you get him into a program or something like that, have him supply an address where he's going to be living. We won't put the ankle monitor on him. If you work out something with that, reach out to the state. Hopefully y'all can come up with some sort of consent to get him into some sort of program. 10,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, and 1,000. $14,000 good bond. Best of luck to you, sir. You could leave.
Judge, can you say that one more time? I apologize.
10,000 and 1,000 on each of remaining count. 10,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Is it Emily Spencer? Number 13, Mr. Cazzoli. As of May 26th, there's a $15,500 good bond on 23 CP 218789. 140 days without indictment. Sorry, you got willful obstruction, felony, and disorderly conduct.
I thought maybe this was all just guys, but I guess it's a mixture. It just happens to be mostly all dudes in here. So this is a girl right down here that just came in. What was her name? Emily? Emily, what is you doing there?
Conduct. Pre-trial.
The defendant has 3 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was November the 14th, 2021 out of Ohio for disorderly conduct. There was no disposition for that arrest. The defendant has 1 misdemeanor conviction in 2020 out of Ohio for resisting an arrest. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
Go ahead, Mr. Cazzoli.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Spencer is 21 years old. She, at the time of her incarceration, she was attempting to finish her GED. She has attended some GED courses. She was originally from Columbus, Ohio, but she'd been in Georgia for a few weeks at the time of her arrest. She currently, Your Honor, is residentially challenged. She does have a good mailing address in Ontario, Ohio. But I've been working with a social worker, and I know that social.
He says she residentially challenged. Is that what we calling homeless people now? Residentially challenged? Yeah, okay. Okay, I get it. I feel you. Residentially challenged. I guess I'm not broke. I'm just millionairishly challenged. I'm millionairishly challenged is what I am. That's what it is. Okay. All right. I'm like Bill Gates challenged, which means I can't seem to get like Bill Gates. You know what I'm saying?
Work I've spoken with Ms. Spencer at all, as well, about finding some sort of program to help her out with housing specifically. Your Honor, as you can see,
we live in a funny time, y'all. It's all about labeling. It's all about labeling. Okay? It's all about fuck the stuff. It's the labeling that matters, apparently. Okay.
She has very limited criminal history with only one conviction, and it was a misdemeanor conviction, and only a couple cycles. We are asking for a UJR to a program or a bond not to exceed $5,000.
All right. Any idea which program? Are you just gonna?
No, Your Honor. I know that. I've been in contact with my social worker about Ms. Spencer. I know they've spoken as well, but with the bond being what it is right now, we have not sought out specific placement just yet. If the bond is reduced down to something that such as $5,000 or less, we will get started on that.
All right. That'll be a place for housing, job, all of that.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Jenkins.
Yes, Judge. No objection to that. My recommendation was going to UGR just in terms of her housing and where she needs to be, with an ankle monitor potentially. But since she's residentially challenged, that may cause some issues with that. But I have no objection to that request, Judge.
All right, so 5,000 on count 1, UJR to the jail on count 2. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons.
She residentially challenged, y'all. Oh my gosh. There's such a thing as being too polite, I think. There's
no further contact with Conrad Larkin, Larkin. Stay away from 185 Central. I wish somebody would tell me that. Unless you're there for court, okay? So unless you're up there for court, you can't go back over to the courthouse, okay? And I could save some time and say, or UJR to a program. Do you want me to do that?
I have no objection to that.
Okay, or UJR on both charges to a program, and then Mr. Cazzoli would do a transport order. Once he got rid of the program, he'd let us know. Best of luck to you, ma'am. You got somebody. Let's see. Do I have somebody in? Danny Oliver. All right. Let me hold on one second. Let me pull up your piece of paper. And I'll get you in second, Miss Hanson. Sorry, trying to get some of these other places out of the way real quick so they can get back to work. Number 7, Danny Oliver. It's 23 CP 218748. 141 days without indictment. There's a $13,000 good bond as of May 24th. Possession of cocaine, possession of methamphetamines, possession of drug-related objects, pedestrian and roadway, giving false information to a law enforcement officer. Pre-trial.
The defendant has 55 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was February the 9th, 2023, with the City of Atlanta Police Department for misdemeanor theft by shoplifting. There was no disposition for that arrest. The defendant does appear to have an outstanding hold out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, for a probation violation. The date on that warrant was May the 1st, 2023. The defendant does have prior felony convictions one in 2009 out of Cobb County for theft by taking, one in 2008 out of Cobb County for possession of cocaine, one in 2004 for possession of controlled substance with the intent to distribute, one in 2002 out of Ohio for a forgery, and one in 1996 out of Clayton County for Terroristic Threats Act, one in 1995 out of Cobb County for 3 counts of possession of controlled substance, one in 1992 out of DeKalb County for forgery in the first degree. The defendant does appear to have a history of failure to appears. There was one in 2022 and one in 2018. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
Thank you. 3 South, booth 3. Sit up. Don't lean on the wall. Sit up. 3 South. There you go. Go ahead, Mr. Lang.
Yes, Your Honor. To start, Mr. Oliver has been in custody since May on this case. As Your Honor stated, he does currently have a $13,000 good bond, as evident by the fact he's still in custody. We've not been able to make that bond. Mr. Oliver, before I get into the IALA factors, is a trustee at the Fulton County Jail. He's currently being housed in Marietta Annex. He helps work one of the positions over there in intake, actually helping with the intake of new inmates into the Fulton County Jail. There's no issues within the jail. Thankfully, he is being housed in Marietta Annex. He's 53 years old. He does have a good address here in Georgia. It is outside of Fulton County. He's lived in Georgia since 1977. He will be living at that new address with his mother. He is a high school graduate, started college but was unable to graduate, but is still interested in going for additional education in the future. At the time of his arrest, he had been working for a temp agency, should still be able to get back to that temp agency upon release. He has an adult son, age 21. Long story short, Your Honor, $13,000 good bond, been in custody for 5 months without the ability to make that bond on what's essentially a simple possession case. I'm asking the court to drastically lower the bond. I'd ask the court to consider setting an unsecured judicial release through pretrial services. Otherwise, I would ask the court to make this bond as low as the court possibly feels comfortable. Mr. Oliver and I have talked. We are looking into some form of treatment options with regards to the history we heard of substance abuse related charges. But at this time, just 5 months on a simple possession charge, no indictment, a bond he's unable to afford. I'm asking the court for UJR or as low as the court will go. I would recommend $5,000.
All right. What says the state?
No objection. UJR to, I guess, in 2 capacities. One, to the hole that's in Lawrenceville up in Gwinnett County, if they want to come get him. If not, then the UJR.
Yeah, I can see Manson. I can see that. I can see it.
Ankle monitor, regular terms and conditions, or any conditions that the court deems appropriate, Judge.
All right.
One quick thing, I apologize. I did speak to both Mr. Oliver and his mother. They have already been in contact with Gwinnett County. Gwinnett has basically said the second he gets there, they plan to release him on the original bond and let him out. They're just waiting for him to get there. But they've already sorted out and resolved the Gwinnett hold. The plan is just to turn around and release him pretty much as soon as he gets there.
Okay. All right. So we'll do UJR to the Gwinnett hold. And no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. Stay away from 180 Ponce de Leon Avenue. You have 48 hours to have an ankle monitor placed on your ankle, sir, with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, employment. As long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment, schedule, and the exact location you'll be working. Best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Let's see. Jesse Sanchez. This is where I think.
Just for clarity, that should be UJR to the Gwinnett hold on each count, correct?
Yes. Jesse Sanchez. All right, so this is where Ms. Chantal, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear affirm testimony you're about to give is, swear affirm you'll translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English to the best of your knowledge, skills, and abilities.
I do.
So, victim advocate, do we have the alleged victim on here?
I had a note that he was going to be present.
Fire judge, yes, we do. Sorry.
Okay, so the alleged victim doesn't want to speak, just wants needs it translated, right, to hear, to know what's going on.
So the victim does want to speak. The victim, Rafael Reyes, is on.
Okay, all right. All right, so this is position 19. 22 CP 208350.
Esa es la
We need-
posición 19, el número de casos es el 22CP 28350.
A $15,000 bond as of January of 2023.
Desde enero del 2023 ha tenido un depósito de fianza en el monto de $15,000.
543 days without indictment.
Ya tiene 552 días sin ser enjuiciado formalmente
3 counts of aggravated assault.
y 3 cargos de agresión con lesión.
Pretty sure he's talking to this guy. Because this one said he didn't need a translator.
Defendant has 6 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was February the 8th, 2022 in Sandy Springs, Georgia, for carrying a weapon without a valid license and
El
simple
acusado tiene-
assault.
Sorry, go ahead, Ms. Chantel.
El acusado ya tiene 6 ciclos de casos de arrestos anteriores. El último arresto fue el 8 de febrero de 2022 en el condado de Sandy Springs, donde fue arrestado por portar una arma sin licencia de portar armas y agresión sin lesión.
There was no disposition for that arrest.
Y no hubo ninguna resolución a ese caso y ese arresto.
The defendant received first offender treatment in 2013 out of DeKalb County.
En el condado de Cobb recibió lo que se conoce como infractor de primer reincidente
For criminal attempt to commit a felony
con el delito de cometer un delito mayor, que es considerado un delito mayor, e intención de cometer un delito.
That case was sealed September the 5th, 2018. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
Y ese caso se resolvió el 8 de septiembre de 2018. Nada más sería.
Is somebody covering for Mr. Nobles? I don't see him on here. Anyone covering for Mr. Nobles?
Y alguien es el abogado Nobles.
No, Your Honor, but I will reach out. I'll try and get a hold of him. I apologize.
No, it's not your fault. Okay, so Mr. Reyes, we won't make her repeat all that again in Spanish, and we'll get back to you in just a second.
Nos vamos a regresar unos cuantos minutos, señor Reyes. No vamos a volver a repetir todos los detalles, pero estamos esperando que se presente el abogado.
Thank you, Ms. Beck. All right, James Gaines. Wave your hand if you're Mr. Gaines. James Gaines.
Nope, not
I
him.
don't see any hands
That's right.
waving.
I
What
think that he's at ACDC and she might have
Oh,
went
shit.
to go get those. Oh,
Okay.
the ones at the top from
Let's
ACDC.
see. Okay, yeah, let's see. How about Walter Montford? Walter Montford. Oh, okay, got South Annex. Wait, you got him?
Annex, right after Mr. Moffett.
All right, Miss Kennebrew. Okay, there's Miss Kennebrew. Number 4, it's 23 CP 219563, 111 days without indictment. Walter Mumford. I'm sure Miss Kennebrew.
Hey, check it out. Tell me that look at Darrell Brooks. Look at Darrell's twin up here, right? So like, you know how Darrell would always do like this? Like he couldn't hear. You know, he would act like he couldn't hear out of his ear. His brother has an issue too. Apparently it's his eyeballs. He does this like, he's like constantly like he's just squinting at the thing. Like let me guess. When he come up, he gonna be like, I'm sorry, ma'am, I can't hear you. My eyes don't work good, you know. But like, actually, that's not how that works. That's not actually how that works. But okay. Hit the like button for Mama, please. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. ACDC, right? I heard ACDC and I thought, isn't that like a band back in the day? Am I mistaken? Isn't that like a band? And if it's not, it sounds like one of those, you know, when they would try to get you to sign up for those little colleges. Atlanta used to be notorious for it. They would try to, you know, it sounded like one of them weird college things that they would be like, get off your butt, you know, you could go to school and learn whatever. And it would ACDC, you know. That's what it sounds like. I don't know what ACDC is, but that's what it sounds like to me. Hit the like button for me, please. Please and thank you. Yes.
Stop you before you even say it. I know you're going to wave it, wave sounding.
Yes, sir.
and it's got a $20,000 bond. Pretrial?
Yes. The defendant has 22 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was June the 11th, 2019 in Fulton County for a probation violation. The defendant does have prior felony convictions. There was one in 2007 associated with the CWAG. And there was one in 2003 for possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute. One in 2002 out of Cobb County for possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute. One in 1996 for possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Kennebrew?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Mumford has been in custody for 111 days without an indictment or a preliminary hearing. He does currently have a $20,000 bond. He is 58 years old. He is an Atlanta native. He does have a valid address in College Park, Georgia, where he resides with his brother. He is the father of one. Again, he's been in Georgia his entire life. He did graduate from high school. He currently receives disability because he got injured at work, so he isn't working, but he does receive disability. He was arrested on June 22nd, Your Honor. We're asking for a $3,000 bond.
What says the state?
The state's recommendation is $5,000 bond reduction.
All right, let's see.
No, I mean to $5,000, not just $5,000. Sorry about that, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. $5,000 good bond must register within 48 hours. Best of luck to you, sir.
Hey, caricatures.
Thank you, Your Honor. And that completes
Thank
my
you,
business. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
All right, let's see. Is Ms. Collins here? Let's see, Ms. Collins.
Hey, Carrie.
Oh, sorry, Ms. Collins. Didn't see all the squares. You were hiding somewhere there. All right, we got Joseph Meadows.
I actually wanted to know if it would be possible if I could just speak with Mr. Meadows briefly.
Hey, April.
Is it? Let's see. Oh, are you Joseph Meadows? Let's see. I don't know. Do we have the ability to move it to the breakout room? I don't know if we do or not. Some of those other ones, I don't know how much we can control.
Yeah, I'm not sure on South Annex. We have Mr. Sturgill with IT on. I'm not sure if if we have the capability, we make him.
If you want a phone number, if there's a phone number at South Annex, maybe they can give it to you.
Yes, Judge. I can give you the phone number here.
Ready.
Be 404-613-7122.
Thank you.
Somebody call
All right.
it. No,
Thank you, South Annex. You can mute that. I'll go to the next one. Let's see. What about?
Don't do it.
All right, Mr. Cazzoli, Marion Hill. All right.
What position is that?
Number 16.
I'm gonna start.
So it's
I'm gonna
23
start Facebook
CP
looking up these people as they call
215-911
it.
Marion Hill, 251 days without indictment, 35,000.
I'm gonna start looking up these people as they say their names on here to see what their Facebook life looks like. Everybody got Facebook. Some people got Instagram. Some people got a YouTube, but everybody got a Facebook, right? Even if they don't be on it, they got one. Okay. So Marion Hill, let's.
Not a good bond as of May 22nd for terroristic threats and acts and criminal attempt to commit a felony. Pre-trial.
The defendant has 40 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was January the 20th, 2020 in Clayton County for possession of controlled substance with the intent to distribute and crossing state or county or guard lines with weapons or intoxicants without consent. There was no disposition for that arrest. Well, I apologize. He was convicted. He does have prior felony convictions, Your Honor. There was one in 2020 out of Clayton County for possession of cocaine and crossing state or county or guard lines with weapons or intoxicants, drugs without consent. It's one in 2016 for possession of Schedule 1 or 2 with the intent to distribute. And there was one in 2012 for possession of cocaine with the intent to distribute, and 2 counts of the sale of cocaine. And there was one in 2008 for theft by receiving stolen property, one in 2007 for possession of controlled substance, one in 2004 for possession of controlled substance. The defendant does appear to have a history of failure to appear. So there's one in 2019, one in 2017, and one in 2015. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Cazzoli.
Nothing.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Hill is 47 years old. He lives with his sister. at 2978 First Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia 30315. He has 3 children. He is a lifelong Georgia resident with family in Georgia. And at the time of his arrest, he was working at UPS MI with as a mail sorter. He'd been doing that since October of 2022. He was arrested in February of 2023. He has now been incarcerated for the last 251 days without an indictment. He is also a high school graduate. Your Honor, he had I believe his preliminary hearing took place about 5 months ago, where his original charge of arson was dismissed and replaced with a criminal attempts charge, where his bond was lowered from the $40,000 that he received at an earlier May bond hearing, and was reduced to $35,000. So that means that his bond has not changed from $35,000 in almost 5 months. So we were asking for it to be reduced significantly here. We are asking for his bond to be reduced to $8,000, $5,000 on the criminal attempts charge.
How you doing, Tony? What's up, baby? How you feeling? How you feeling, Tony? How's it going, boo-boo? Mama do love you. Yes, she do. Ooh.
Charge $3,000 on the terroristic acts and threats and acts. The allegations are serious, Your Honor, but he has been incarcerated now for 250 days without indictment. We're just trying to get some kind of fighting chance to get him out while still ensuring that he returns to court based on a bond here.
All right. Go ahead. What says the state?
Thank you, Judge. Our recommendation is $15,000 total, $10,000 on the terroristic threats and acts, and $5,000 on the attempt.
All right. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. Stay away from 681 University Drive. Have ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, employment, as long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment schedule, and the exact location you'll be working. And no further contact with Quintavious, Quintavious, Oliver, Oliver. 7,000 count 1, 5,000 count 2. Best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Quintavious.
I think Ms. Collins is still talking. Let's see. Tennessee Mahaki. I'm sorry. Mr. Cashley, you got to help me.
No problem, Your Honor. I believe that is Tanashi Mahachi.
Tanashi Mahachi. Number 6. Got 23. Mr. Mahachi. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I probably destroyed it. I'm sorry, sir. 23 CP 218747. 141 days without indictment. $15,000 book good bond as of May 24th. Entering auto of public indecency.
Defendant has 6 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was February the 2nd, 2019 in Johns Creek, Georgia for a probation violation. The defendant has 1 misdemeanor conviction that was in 2015 out of Atworth, Georgia, for theft by shoplifting. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Cashlin.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Mahachi is 31 years old and has been living in Georgia for approximately 23 years with an address on, I believe, on file at 320 Pembroke Trace in Duluth, currently residing with his family. He is a high school graduate of North Cobb back in 2010, did 2 years at Gwinnett Tech and Emmanuel College, as well as Chattahoochee Tech for pre-nursing.
Yes, Mr. Castlin, I'm having a hard time hearing you, sir.
Sorry about that. Education, high school grad, 2 years, technical college. Most importantly, he served in the military as an Air Force Reserve member between 2011 and 2013, receiving an honorable discharge. Currently employed at Planet Fitness. Your Honor, based again on the nature of these allegations, as well as
I'm pretty sure Quintavious is this one down here that you can't see, because I looked them up. And he don't look like anybody who's like up here, which means he must be the guy at the bottom. Well, let's see. I guess he could be that guy. I don't think so though. He's either this guy or he's this guy.
The fact that Mr. Mahachi is a limited repeat offender, so to speak, and the fact that the natures of these crimes are non-violent and arguably victimless crimes, coupled with the fact that he is a U.S. military member. Don't believe that he is a threat to the community, nor is he a threat to any of the witnesses or from escaping the court's jurisdiction. At this point, we'd request that a UGR be set for Mr. Mahachi.
Which branch of the military?
I believe it was.
Let's see, sir, thumbs up or thumbs down? Army?
Air Force.
No, he said Army.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that guy?
Air Force?
Oh, that's not the one I found. No.
Oh, you were in both.
So I believe he did Army and then Army Air Force Reserve after.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Let's see. What says the state?
Your Honor, the state's okay with a total bond of $1,500, $1,000 on the entering auto, and $500 on the public indecency, Judge.
All right. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no further contact with Zachary Rhodes, Rhodes. Stay away from 515 Davenhall, Davonhall Court in Johns Creek. Also, keep your clothes on, okay, if you're in public. $1,500, $1,500 good bond. Best of luck to you, sir. You can leave the booth. Are you still talking to your client, Miss Gaines? I mean, Miss Collins, Miss Gaines.
I'm ready to go, Judge.
All right, wait a minute. Now I've lost which one was that. Joseph Meadows, right?
Yeah, position 14.
All right, Joseph Meadows. All right, 14. We got 22 CP 213935, 334 days without indictment, $10,000 good bond as of May 30th. Theft by taking, entering auto with intent to commit a theft or a felony. Wow.
The defendant has 34 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was August the 4th, 2023
Right,
in
Barb.
Cobb County for a failure to appear. The defendant does appear to be on probation in Cobb County for theft by receiving stolen property. That disposition date was August the 8th, 2023.
I always thought that was so weird. Theft by receiving stolen property. How would you know? Like there was this kid who got the police found him and he had they stopped him and his friend and he was on a little bike. It's like a bicycle that he had bought, like a little motorbike thing that he had bought from somebody who lived like near him, right? He got the papers for it. He got like the dude get like he had the like he had everything to show that he paid for it, bought it from somebody else, can verify that he got it, like he has all the documentation that one might need. But the guy who he got it from stole it. So it was a stolen bicycle. But this kid who bought it from that guy, I mean, as far as legally, he should be clear. But apparently not. But like, how would you fucking know? Literally, you could go to a car dealership, right? You could go to a car dealership and buy a car, and that car could be stolen. You know how you're going to find out? Hopefully, when you go to try to register the tag because of the VIN number. Right? Like, that's the only way to find that out. I mean, how would you know? Like, it's like this weird, like, laws are so, some of them are just so fucking stupid. And, once they figure them out, they don't even try to fix them. There's no fucking nuance until it happens until somebody whom matters, we'll say, ends up underneath of it. Then all of a sudden they start adjusting shit. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else is like, it's like, what's your one life that you will spend in prison on a technicality or over something that clearly we don't give a shit about because now we've legalized it. Like there's people literally still sitting in jail right now, prison, 20 plus years for weed charges. And the shit's legal now. And they still ain't going in. Like clearly the right thing to do would be to get those people out of there now. But no, fuck them is the policy. Fuck them. They don't matter. They don't matter. They just don't matter. This is like their life isn't the only one life that they're gonna get. You know, I always say that you get this one life. People don't care about nobody's one life except for theirs. I'm like, you would have this person just sit there the rest of their one life thing, their whole lifespan that they have to just sit in there over some shit that even the fucking judge when he goes home smokes. Because the reality is that everybody with money smokes fucking weed. This is what it is. This is just what it is. The rich people smoke weed. This is what it is. The people who make the rules, make the laws, politicians, they all smoke weed. This is what it is. And they feel just fine signing over other people's entire lives to go sit in prison over some shit that they're going to go home the same day and smoke at home. That's how fucking evil they are. That's how evil this shit is. I just pissed myself off just now. Can you tell? Every once in a while, something will trigger. I'll say something that'll trigger my everything to go into overdrive. I don't even know what triggered that. I don't even know what triggered it.
And the term is for 11 months and 10 days. He appeared to have an open probation case in Fulton County
brother. Look at this.
for entering an automobile in possession of tools for commission of a crime. That case number is 19 SC.
It must run in the family. They always be playing with their beards, eating on their mustaches in that family.
171449. That disposition date was November the 23rd, 2021, and the term is for 2 years. He does have prior felony convictions. One in 2018 for entering an automobile and financial transaction card theft. One in 2010 for theft by receiving stolen property. And one in 2007 for out of Gwinnett County for felony escape. And one in 2008 for criminal attempt to commit a felony. And one in 2004 out of Cobb County for forgery in the first degree. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Collins.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Meadows, he's 48 years old, Your Honor. He's from Atlanta, specifically Fulton County. He has his GED. He was working prior to his arrest. He's been doing warehouse work typically all his life. He was working at CKS Warehouse on the assembly line. He is the father to one adult son. His entire
Not saying that college is everything, but I'm noticing a pattern here. Everybody here is GED or just high school or not even high school. They're like high school and under. That's it. I'm noticing a pattern here. Noticing a pattern. Not everybody who go to college is successful, but I'm noticing a pattern. I mean, it depends on what you mean by success also. That's graded on a curve now, isn't it?
entire family is here in Georgia. As stated before, he has been incarcerated for 334 days. His bond on this case is currently set at $10,000 total, $5,000 on each count. He does have a second case open. It's indicted. It's still pending arraignment date, but he has a $9,000 bond on that case. Judge, we're asking if you would consider reducing the bond today for Mr. Meadows. He has been accepted into Hope House. He got accepted there on March 21st of this year. He has not been able to proceed there because he has not been able to get his bond down low enough for something that the Bell Project will make, and he himself does not have the financial means to cover the bond. And so that's one of the reasons why we're asking for a reduction. Judge, we'd ask if you would consider reducing the bond, ideally to a UJR or something on the lower end. The theft by taking is a misdemeanor, and I think the entering auto is the only felony here. Even if he were to get a UJR, we would still have to address the.
Tony, you said if you register the car at the license place, gotta register it at the license place.
Indicted case, so that bond will still hold him in. But we're hoping that we'll be able to do something on November 1st to get him into treatment. I did send a copy of the acceptance letter to you and Deputy Jenkins. So you guys have that for review. And so we're just requesting a UJR, if not possible, just a very low bond on this case, Judge.
Ms. Collins, that's inpatient, right? Or
yes, it is inpatient, Judge.
Believe it. Okay. What says the state?
Thank you, Judge. State would recommend a UJR jail to this particular program on the theft by taking and $1,000 bond on the entering auto split bond in this case, Judge.
Okay. All right. UJR on theft by taking 1,000 to the program. You said Hope House.
Yes, Judge.
All right. No further contact with Edgar Hernandez. Stay at least 200 yards away from 375 Ralph McGill Boulevard. No drugs unless prescribed. No alcohol. No weapons. You have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, employment, basic life necessities, and
who is this lady at the top yelling at? We can't hear what she's saying, but she is awfully animated. With the look on her face and the way she is talking, she is screaming at somebody, honey. Somebody is getting the business, honey.
Before it was up, Miss Beggs, this says in any program now that Miss Collins gets you into, so participation in that. So it'll be UJR and $1,000, and those are to the program. Best of luck to you, sir.
Judge, and that count one UJR is through the jail, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, we have no other inmates down there in the city, but we will excuse.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. And that'll conclude my business. May I also be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Beck. Mr. Nobles.
Yes, hello, Judge.
How are you doing? Okay, so Chantel, don't worry about it until he starts arguing, since they've already heard one. All right, Jesse Sanchez, it's 22 CP 208350, 543 days without indictment, a $15,000 good bond as of January 19th, 2023, 3 counts of aggravated assault. Pre-trial.
Your Honor, you still want me to interpret for the.
Oh no, she's already went through all that, so yeah, you can wait until they start arguing. Go ahead, Ms. Jackson.
The defendant has 6 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was February the 8th, 2022 in Sandy Springs, Georgia for carrying a carrying a weapon without a valid license and simple assault. There was no disposition for that arrest. And the defendant received first offender treatment in 2013 in DeKalb County for criminal attempt to commit a felony. That case was sealed September the 5th, 2018. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Nobles, if you'll just keep in mind that Chantal is interpreting for one of the alleged victims, Mr. Reyes is here when you're arguing, but you can go ahead, Mr. Nobles.
Yes. Mr. Sanchez has lived here in Georgia for more than 5 years. Before his arrest, he was gainfully employed.
Go ahead. She's got
Entonces tiene más de 5 años viviendo en el estado de Georgia y antes de su arresto sí tenía empleo beneficioso.
He does not have any history of ever failing to appear for court. Therefore, I don't believe he'll be a risk to flee.
Él no tiene ninguna falta de comparecencia en es decir, para los casos en el tribunal, los casos que ha tenido pendiente, y por lo tanto no creo que está en riesgo de fuga.
Your Honor, Mr. Sanchez does not have any felony history at all.
Al igual, señoría, que no tiene ningún delito mayores en sus antecedentes penales.
He is not a danger to the community. He is not a risk to reoffend.
Él no es un peligro a la sociedad y tampoco está en una situación de volver a reincidir.
He has been in custody for now more than 543 days.
Ha estado bajo custodia por más de 543 días.
I understand that the charges that appear before the court may appear to be severe, but Mr. Sanchez does maintain he only acted to defend his own life.
Yo sé que los cargos presentes son bastante graves y aparecen de una manera grave para la corte, pero solo estaba él tratando de defenderse su vida propia.
He is.
Yeah. We're going to fast forward to our Darrell's brother. Let's get to Darrell's brother. All we got to do is look for when he's not on, which will tell us when he went. Okay. Still here.
One in 2023, one in 2022, one in 2018, one in 2017, and one in 2015. Also, he appears to have a history of probation violations. There were 3 in 2018 and 1 in 2017. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Gazzoli.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. McDuffie is 32 years old. He has a good address at 3119 Grant Way, East Point, 30344, where he lives with his grandmother. He's been living there for the last 17 years. He is a lifelong Atlanta resident. His whole family lives here and is from here. Your Honor, there are some severe underlying MH issues, which I have spoken with. I've spoken with my social worker about trying to find placement for him. But again, his bond was too high right now for anything to be solidified, for any beds to be specifically located for him.
Yep.
So we are asking for a reduction in this bond. He has been in jail since late May. So we're asking for his bond to be reduced to $5,000.
All right. All right, Mr. McDuffie, number 11. Thank you for your patience. 23 CP 218773, 140 days without indictment, $13,500 good bond as 48 hours had that ankle monitor placed on your ankle.
All right, so our guy's coming up. McDuffie. Looks like his name is McDuff. Let's see what his name is so we can look him up. Gotta look at everybody, get your phones out so we can see some other pictures and see if he really looks like him or if this is just a fluke in this video. Let's check it out. Let's see what his name is. You ready? Is you ready?
Once you get released from the hold. Okay? Best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused, Judge?
Yes, sir. Have a good one. Joshua McDuffie. All right, Mr. McDuffie, number 11. Thank you for your patience. 23 CP 218773, 140 days without indictment, $13,500 good bond as of May 25th. Burglary in the second degree, criminal damage to property, second degree, and theft by shoplifting misdemeanor.
The defendant has 44 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was January the 11th,
44 cycles. He has been taken into custody for whatever kind of different type of shit 44 times. He got to be related to Darrell. Like, he got to. He gotta. Yeah, this is Georgia.
2023 in DeKalb County for a failure to appear.
Y'all see that
The defendant
hairline?
does appear to be on probation in DeKalb County for theft by shoplifting. That disposition date was January the 18th, 2023, and the term is for 12 months. He does have prior felony convictions, one in 2019 out of Clayton County for escape, one in 2017 out of Troup County for possession of cocaine, and one in 2011 for 2 counts of burglary, and one in 2010 out of DeKalb County for 3 counts of burglary. He does appear to have a history of failure to appear. It's one in 2023, one in 2022, one in 2018, one in 2017, and one in 2015. Also, he appears to have a history of probation violations. There were 3 in 2018 and 1 in 2017. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Gazzoli.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. McDuffie is 32 years old. He has a good address at 3119 Grant Way, East Point, 30344, where he lives with his grandmother. He's been living there for the last 17 years. He is a lifelong Atlanta resident.
Yep, living with grandma. Sound like Darrell. Living with the woman. He refuses to leave. But I bet he complains about her. I know that this is definitely, I know it. I feel it in my spirit. I think I found him, you guys, though, on, I could be wrong, though. What's wrong with the last one? But that nose definitely looks familiar. I mean, it looks like that nose. If I'm right, y'all check it out and y'all see. I see a McDuffie. It's spelled McDuffie. You gotta look at the face because his hair is like got a hat on in the thing, and it's barely a lot of, not very many pictures. And it's just like him and like 2 kids. But if you look at that, I think that's the guy who it is. He's got the arm tattoos and everything, which when he stood up, he had them. Just like Darrell. This is one of Darrell's long lost brothers. Let me try the other ones just to see. There's one. No. McDuffie. Okay. Let's see.
His whole family lives here and is from here. Your Honor, there are some severe underlying MH issues, which I have spoken with. Which I've spoken with my social worker about trying to find placement for him.
That's true. It could be from his mother's side. I hadn't thought of that. But I know that his dad has like 10 and made like 10 babies. You know what I'm saying? His dad has like 10 kids that he don't pay no mind to. So it's probably a bunch of them that don't have his name. And they're all over the place. And Darrell ain't never met him. He don't even know him. He don't even know his siblings. So I'm thinking this is one of the long lost ones.
But again, his bond was too high right now for anything to be solidified, for any beds to be specifically located for him. So we are asking for a reduction in this bond. He has been in jail since late May. So we're asking for his bond to be reduced to $5,000.
All right. What says the state?
State's reduction request would be $6,500, $5,000 on the burglary, $1,000 on the criminal damage, and $500 on the misdemeanor theft by shoplifting judge.
All right. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. Stay away from 1344 Metropolitan Parkway and all advanced auto parts stores. You're going to have an income on there paid for by the county.
What did he do? Oh, he stole from the advanced auto parts. He stole. How come they ain't got like I mean, I understand why they started the 3 strikes rule. You know what I'm saying? It's very inconvenient at certain times, but sometimes, you know, it's understandable. Like this dude's got 55 cycles. How do you go in and out? He ain't even that old. It's literally like he goes to jail twice a year. Every year since he was born. It's like he go to jail twice a year starting at birth. Right? That's what it's like.
With a 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, medical, employment. As long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment, schedule, and exact location you'll be working. Get a job, help your grandmother out, okay, sir? You shook your head, yes, all right, because your grandmother needs your help. 4,000 count 1, 1,000 count.
Look at that. Tell me that don't look like a Darrell. That look an awful lot like a
and
fucking
UJR
Darrell.
through the jail. Best of luck to you, sir.
He's even doing the weird thing with his lip. Look at this.
All right. Juan Galaro. Thank you.
Your Honor, that concludes my
he's
business.
short.
May I be
He's short.
excused?
Yes, sir.
Look, he can't get out. Look, he can't get out. He's stuck. He has Darrell's strength. None. He has Darrell's height, as you can see where the doorknob is like coming up to his chest as he tries to get out. He's got that weird thing with his facial hair that he's doing. Oh my gosh, that is Darrell's brother. Look at him. He's just stuck.
Sure, Cazzoli. Have a good
Yes,
evening.
sir.
Oh my
Thank you.
God. He is steady trying to get out. Look,
And if I have a
look.
transport order for an unrelated
He's stuck. He can't get look, y'all. Look at this shit. He's stuck. He can't get out.
case, could I send that to you this evening?
Look at him.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
He is really trying.
It's position 20, 23
They locked
CP2.
him in there. Oh, that's fucked up. Judge, look. They done locked him in there. That's gotta be Darrell's brother. He done pissed everybody off so bad. They done locked his ass in there. They put a chair on the other side of the door.
19192.
Look at him.
125 days without indictment. There's 126.
Look how short he is. Look at him.
$1,000 good
That
bond
is
as
Darrell's
of June the
brother.
9th. Trafficking in illegal drugs, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, possession of a firearm by a convicted.
They gonna act like they can't see what's happening. Y'all just gonna ignore this man. Y'all see he's struggling over here. Y'all ain't gonna help. Y'all ain't gonna call somebody. What if there's a fire? Darrell's brother is gonna just be trapped in here forever. Even his stance. Tell me this stance don't give you Darrell vibes. Even the way his arms is hanging. Like, it's literally just like Darrell.
Felon, failure to signal lane change, obscured or.
Oh my gosh. Tell me that ain't Darrell's brother. Look at that shit. That is Darrell's brother. I ain't lying to you. Look at this shit. That is definitely. Look at this.
$1,000 good bond as of June the 9th. Trafficking in
Okay.
illegal drugs, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, failure to signal lane change.
Tell me that don't look like Darrell. Tell me that ain't Darrell. That is Darrell's brother. We found one of your brothers, Darrell. Look what we did. We found your brother. And he's in Atlanta. He's in Atlanta. 55 cycles in jail. Lives with his grandmother. Has for 17 years. Has for 17 years. Is inside of his 30s and it's at grandma's house. This is your brother. If nobody ever was, he can't get out of the room. He's too short. He has no upper body strength and he's trapped in here. That is your brother, Darrell. He got mental health issues, they said. It run in the family. Dawn said it. Dawn said mental health is like running the family. They said that this guy has mental health issues. Like, why y'all keep letting this man back out on the street if he got mental health issues, though? Like, why you either keep him in jail or put him in the place where, where he's not out here and we're having to fucking deal with him. We sent him to you, judge, law officers. We sent him to you just to have you figure out that they're crazy and then put them back outside with us. Not cool. Not cool.
Obscured or missing license plates. It's alleged
Try it
5.5
again. You'll
kilos
get
of
it this time.
methamphetamine, which
Look at it. He done gave up. You done gave up. He ain't even
equates to
gonna try.
about 12.12 pounds. Preach. Rah.
The defendant has 6 cycles. The
There you
defendant-
go. Oh, they finally let him out. Let's see. We got to see.
Kilos of methamphetamine, which
Look,
equates
look,
to
look,
about
look.
12.12
Put his hands-
pounds. Preach! Rah!
They gonna let him out. Look.
The defendant has 6 cycles.
Look at this.
The defendant's last arrest.
Yeah, he's a little guy too. He's just like Darrell. That is, we have found it. We have discovered the leprechaun brother. Okay, Darrell's brother in arms. Jesus. How funny is that? I try to branch out into something else. And there's fucking Darrell. There's Darrell's kinfolk. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. Too funny. Entirely too funny. Okay. The Darrell brother was discovered. He was in there. I found your brother, Darrell. All right, y'all. I'll take my hiney to bed. This was fun. I just wanted to hang out with you guys for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to hang out. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to hang out with my booze, okay? Y'all sleep tight. Make sure you hit the like button if you have not already, okay? For everybody who showed up, thank you, booze. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you, okay? Mama love you. Yes, she do. All right. Later, Gators.